Hey everybody. So today I want to show you guys a video of a post-car accident argument between the driver of a car and a police officer who's indicating to the driver that she's at fault. I found the video on Reddit, and it kind of has a clickbaity title. On-duty officer attempts to side with off-duty officer after a fender bender. You know, racist white cop won't admit she's wrong after siding with white off-duty cop. Okay. So, I mean, that could be very well be what the actual situation is. I've been trying to watch the video and see, okay, what's going on with this accident? What really happened? Can I piece it together? The video that was on Reddit was actually a shortened down video, and it has these, you know, kind of dialogue bubbles in it, which, you know, it does make it biased. So there is the full video is on YouTube, which is what we're going to be taking a look at. So let's watch that.
Now, I told you where I was at. I was in the turning lane.
Okay.
Why would I make a right turn when I'm turning this way? I take this route every day, and I come this way because it gets too congested up there.
Okay. Where does it get too congested?
Up there at La Vista Road, right in front of the Applebee's and I think it's a Verizon Wireless.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to know what made you decide to write me a ticket because you assumed that I should not be going this way.
Because the damage is far enough up front that it looks like your wheels were already turned to go into his lane.
Huh?
That's why. Where the damage is on your vehicle?
No, baby. See where you're mistaken at?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Here. This is where my damage is. This is where my damage is. Did you see this? And this is where his damage is.
Yeah, I saw his damage.
Okay, but you didn't see my damage.
I saw that, but then how did you get that?
How did I get what?
This.
What are you
Is
talking
that already there?
What are you talking about?
That. Was it already
Show
there?
me what you're talking. Point to what you're talking about.
This.
Ma'am,
already
really?
there?
What are you talking?
See, I don't see what she's talking about. I don't know if I'm just missing it, if my, you know, not untrained eyes is just missing where the damage is at here, because all I see is like maybe some road rash. Maybe like, you know, that kind of those small specks of paint damage you get when you've been driving on the freeway for probably a few years, and sometimes rocks get kicked up and it does that. I'm not seeing any actual I just got out of an accident kind of damage here.
Talking about? What
I'm
damage?
just asking if it's already there.
Now, be honest. You know that's not. What do you see? What do you see? Tell me what you see.
I'm just asking if this damage was already there. I don't understand.
What damage? What damage is she talking about? How can she answer the question, was this damage already there, if she's not, there's no damage she's pointing out to? I can't see the damage. Maybe I'm missing it. If you guys could see it, please tell me.
You have an attitude with me right now.
No, because I don't think you're being fair.
Okay.
And it's not fair.
Okay.
Now, there is absolutely no damage here.
Okay.
Now, you can clearly see
There's no damage there. I don't see anything.
damage on this car. But you can see where...
And I mean, okay, here's what really gets me. She's pointing to her bumper, you know, which is like way down here. But the damage on his car, it's like all the way up here. How would that part of her bumper make contact with this part of this pickup truck's fender? I mean, that's a large vehicle. It's higher than the ground than her
you
car.
can see where
I can see his damage. I saw
Exactly.
that, and then that.
No, you didn't see that because you never walked over here.
I did walk over here in order to talk to him.
No, we were all standing back
Yes,
there.
ma'am. I can see that from back there.
Okay, let's go back and see the damage on her car. Okay, so here's her damage. It would make more sense that this was the area of the vehicle involved in the accident. You can see her door handle right here has this scratch on it. All this damage looks pretty fresh. It looks like, you know, if you've ever been in a car accident and you get in an accident, it always looks so much worse. And then some of it you can kind of like buff out, some of it a tiny bit. I'm not saying you can just buff that out, but that looks like a fresh accident damage to me. And this part of her vehicle is much higher than the bumper is on her vehicle. It would make sense that that's the part that got into contact with the fender. Here's the fender. I mean, I can see this, you know, maybe being the portion that hit her door handle possibly, and, you know, maybe some of this doing some of the scrapes that you see on the bottom on the side of the vehicle. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's not adding up. It would seem like, and I'm already kind of falling for it. I mean, I'm sitting here comparing two different areas of a car and what the damage could be, but there is in fact no damage on the front of the car. I shouldn't even be looking at the front of the car, but since the cop's saying is pointing to the front of a car, it makes me almost believe that there's damage there, even though I can't see the damage there.
But you can see where
I can see his damage. I saw
exactly.
that, and then that.
No, you didn't see that because you never walked over here.
I did walk over here in order to talk to him.
No, we were all standing back
Yes,
there.
ma'am. I can see that from back there.
And you saw this damage from back there too?
Yes, ma'am.
That is absolutely not true, but I'm not going to argue with you. So from standing back there, you could see this damage all the way up here.
No, I had to be back there.
So what damage? I want to know what damage did you see all the way?
Where is the damage? Maybe, I mean, because this looks like just shiny reflections. It doesn't look like a scuff or anything. I'm trying to imagine which part of her car came into the contact of that top fender, right? You know, on above the wheel there that you can see scraped on this area of her car.
Back there. I don't see no damage.
Okay,
Now
so
you
again,
must
it's not
be
new.
fair.
Okay.
There's no damage to be seen. You should be fair, regardless whether you all are both police officers. That is not fair to me for him to hit me and then you come and side with him.
It's about the angles.
What's the angle?
So I do believe I am convinced more so by what the woman, the female driver is saying, only because I can't see how the damage matches up. It doesn't make sense what the police officer is saying, unless I really am missing something. And it seems like they're not denying the fact that the other gentleman there is an off-duty cop. I mean, they didn't deny that claim in the video. She said, "Oh, it's about the angles." I mean, you'd think if he wasn't an off-duty cop, you'd say, "Well, he's not an officer," or something like that. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what they would have said? It's just incredibly sad that this is what has to happen, and it sucks because it's her word against his word, and you know, and then there's the officer's word, and the officer's word is going to carry a lot more weight than what either of the drivers are saying. And it's just the only thing that can prevent that is a dash cam like this. I would highly recommend that you buy one. I bought this for $49.99 off of Amazon, and it has been completely worth the money. I once got into an accident that was extremely similar to this, and the damages were almost on the same part of the vehicle. And in that accident, they ended up declaring that I was at fault. I was driving down the road, you know, coming home from work. It was fairly heavy traffic, down a busy road, and there, you know, there's two lanes. I'm in the left lane, and I want to go into the left-hand turn lane to make a left at a light. So this traffic's moving, we're moving. There's a suicide lane right next to me. And I didn't want to use a suicide lane to pass up traffic to make it to the turn lane. There was no like concrete divide there. So I kept creeping up with traffic until that gap between the yellow suicide lane and the white left turn lane opened up, and that's when I went in. When I went in, there was a car that was speeding down the suicide lane using it to pass traffic, which I believe is is illegal. And as I was going in, I didn't see them, and they clipped the side of my car with their front right fender, and it hit the left side of my car, kind of in the exact same spot as this video. And we both moved our cars out of traffic and went to a little side neighborhood there, so then traffic would not be impeded. When the CHP officer came, probably like 30 minutes later, both sides gave the statement. And when I read the police report, they were incongruous, and the officer said that, I was at fault. When I tried to, I called up the local highway patrol station. I spoke with the officer, and, I explained what happened with the suicide lane, that they were using it illegally, so they shouldn't have been there. And, it was also, I would accept partial fault for that, because I probably could have looked over my lane better, for sure. I just didn't expect them to be there, so I just didn't imagine that. But, whatever. Could have been prevented. When I spoke with the officer, he had told me if you guys had both stayed in the area where the accident occurred, I could have looked at this differently, and, maybe it would be different. But since you guys moved, then it's, from what I can see, it was your fault. Whatever. Okay. So that's what happened. So that, I was upset by that. I got lucky in that accident, because the driver of the vehicle that hit me was unlicensed and did not have insurance. And, there was a whole ordeal with that. I just don't want to get too deep into that. But the only thing that could have made a difference there would have been if I had the dash cam back then. And that's the only thing that can make a difference for this woman, is if it had been recorded. Then it could be clear, and no matter what the police officer writes in the official report, if you have the video, even later on, you can always go back to the station, show them what happened. If you can't, play the recording there, or show it to the insurance claims adjuster, then they can make a case off of that, you're not actually at fault. And it's really unfortunate that's what happened with her, because it's just her word against their word. And to me, it seems it does seem like there's something fishy going on there, because the areas of the accident where she's saying she's seeing damage in the front of the car does not line up. It doesn't make sense to where the damage on the other person's vehicle is. So that's super weird to me already. But unfortunately, it's her word against the police officer's word. And the police officer's word is going to carry more weight, unless she had some kind of proof that can show that was false. And it's just all the more reason why everyone should have one of these on their windows. $49.99. I mean, that's not a huge amount to pay for that kind of undeniable proof of what actually transpired. And the woman in this video could be wrong. It might be her fault. I'm sure most people get out of accidents and they're like, no, it was the other person's fault. It wasn't me, blah, blah, blah. Our memory fails us all the time. We might think we know the laws, but we're actually mistaken. Maybe, the emotions are running high right afterwards. People are scared. So be it. And that's just all the more reason to have the dash cam. And then you can also catch, instances on the road that just make you look sideways, like this one. This is me driving home from work, long day. Merging, everything's cool. Oh, here comes this guy. He's got somewhere to go. Wow, look at that boat in the back. It's barely, he's about to rear end this dude. Oh, let me pull off to the side so I don't hit this guy because I'm driving like a lunatic. If the fun didn't have to stop there, we got more. Oh my God. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I knew to keep my distance from that guy. I need to keep my distance. That's the kind of stuff you end up with. This is the kind of footage you end up with if you have a dash cam. So totally worth it. The funny part about that is I drove past that same road the next morning going to work, and even though he pulls over in the video, the boat was still there. Like he didn't even bother to restrap it and take it with him. But that's that. Anyways, if you like this content, please hit that like button. Please remember to subscribe, and please leave a comment down below. I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys think about this video. Am I mistaken here? Did you see the damage on the front bumper, front passenger side bumper of that car? Is there something I'm missing? Do you think that what she's accusing these two officers of, I guess one on duty, one off duty, is the truth? Are you going to buy a dash cam? Do you want me to put the link of the dash cam I bought in the description? Okay, I will. Have a great week, everybody. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.